English podcast show. Learn English smartly.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another inspiring episode of the English podcast show. I'm your host, Emma, and I'm thrilled to have you with us. Whether you're listening during your commute, your coffee break, or while relaxing at home, thank you for making us part of your day. Today, we're diving into a topic that touches every one of us: productivity. We all have 24 hours in a day, yet some people seem to get twice as much done. How? What are they doing differently? What routines or mindsets help them manage their time effectively? That's what we're going to unpack today. And to help us explore this topic, we have a very special guest, Alex, a digital marketing strategist, content creator, and a firm believer in living intentionally.
Hi, Emma. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here and talk about this because productivity isn't just about doing more, it's about doing what matters most with focus and clarity. And that's something I try to practice every single day.
Absolutely, I love that. Doing what matters most, not just being busy. Let's begin by talking about your personal approach. Can you walk us through your typical day and how you structure it to stay productive?
Sure, I believe in the power of morning rituals, so my day starts at 6 a.m. I get up, drink water, and immediately do something physical: stretching, walking, or a short workout. It wakes up my body and mind. Then I meditate for 5 minutes and review my top 3 tasks for the day. I keep a small notepad on my nightstand where I write those tasks the night before. By 8 a.m., I'm at my desk, and this part is important. I work in deep focus mode. No notifications, no email, no distractions, just one task at a time. I use the Pomodoro technique: 25 minutes of deep work, followed by a 5-minute break. Every fourth cycle, I take a longer break.
That's so structured. I love it. It reminds me of a quote: "If you win the morning, you win the day." For me, my day starts a bit later, around 7:30 a.m. I journal for 10 minutes, which really helps me clear my thoughts. Then I review my digital planner on Notion. I use colored blocks for different types of work: creative, admin, meetings. One big shift in my productivity came when I started batching similar tasks together, like answering emails all at once or filming multiple podcast episodes on the same day. It saves so much time.
Yes, task batching is a game changer. It reduces context switching. That's when your brain shifts between unrelated tasks, which actually drains mental energy.
Exactly. Let's talk about motivation. Productivity isn't just time management, it's also about mindset. How do you keep yourself motivated, especially on days you feel tired or unproductive?
Great question. First, I try to remember my why. I reflect on why I'm doing this task. Is it moving me closer to a goal? Is it helping someone? Second, I use visual progress tracking. I have a simple habit tracker where I check off tasks. It gives me a dopamine boost. And third, I allow myself to take breaks without guilt. Rest is part of productivity.
I love that you said that. Rest is part of productivity. That's something we don't hear enough. Personally, I've also learned that when I'm stuck or overwhelmed, I need to change the environment. Sometimes just moving to a different room or putting on background music shifts my energy. And yes, I totally use checklists for that dopamine boost.
You know what else helps? Accountability. Having someone you check in with, a friend or coworker, can keep you on track. It adds gentle pressure to follow through.
So true. I have an accountability buddy, too. We text each other our goals in the morning and check in at night. All right, let's shift gears and talk about productivity killers. What's the biggest threat to your productivity, and how do you deal with it?
Definitely. Distractions. Social media, notifications, even internal distractions like overthinking. That's why I use focus mode on my phone, and I work in a minimalist setup. Clean desk, no clutter.
Yes, mental clutter and physical clutter go hand in hand. I also want to mention perfectionism. It used to hold me back. I'd spend too much time on one task trying to make it perfect. Now I aim for progress, not perfection.
Totally agree. I call it done is better than perfect. You can always come back and refine later.
Before we move to our vocabulary segment, can you share your favorite productivity tools or apps?
Of course. Notion for notes, journaling, and task planning. Trello for visual project management. Forest. It's a fun app that helps you stay focused by planting virtual trees. Google Calendar. Essential for time blocking.
Mine are similar. I also use Otter.ai for quick voice-to-text notes when I'm on the go. And honestly, sometimes a simple paper planner works best. Now it's time for our favorite segment, Wordwise with Maria. She's going to explain some of the key vocabulary and phrases we use today. Over to you, Maria.
Hi, everyone. I'm Maria, your vocabulary coach. Let's explore some of the key terms and expressions from today's episode. Productivity, the ability to do work efficiently. Example, waking up early increases my productivity. Pomodoro technique, a time management method using focused work sessions. Example, I use the Pomodoro technique to finish my essay. Task batching, doing similar tasks together to save time. Example, she batch edited all the podcast episodes on Sunday. Context switching, moving between different tasks quickly, which reduces focus. Example, frequent context switching makes you feel exhausted. Accountability buddy, a person who helps you stay committed to your goals. Example, I share my weekly goals with my accountability buddy. Perfectionism, the need to do something flawlessly, often causing delays. Example, his perfectionism prevented him from submitting the work on time. Dopamine boost, a small mental reward that makes you feel good. Example, checking off a task gives me a dopamine boost. Try to use these words in your speaking or writing this week. Learning vocabulary in context, like you just did, helps it stick in your memory. That's all from me today. Back to you, Emma.
Thank you, Maria. That was super helpful, as always. And thank you, Alex, for such a meaningful conversation. You've shared so many practical tips that I know our listeners will love.
Thanks again for having me, Emma. This was fun, and I hope everyone finds one small step they can start using today.
To our wonderful listeners, thank you for spending time with us today on the English Podcast Show. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Productivity is a skill, and like any skill, it gets stronger with practice. Until next time, stay productive, stay curious, and stay kind. Bye for now. For more, like, share, and subscribe.